that you teach in science are not nearly as important as the science inquiry skills. You could teach light, sound, and something else, or you could teach completely different concepts. The whole point is that you're teaching the children to practice those science inquiry skills until they're just automatic. And then you've actually changed their way of life because you've made them into questioning people. Change the way they observe things, how they think about things. So this is what we're going to talk about this time. So what are they? How do you incorporate science inquiry skills into your practical work, and how does the teacher's resource help with this? So what are science inquiry skills? I've tried to put this sort of simply off as how I think, what I think they are. The skills that learners need to think and act in a scientific way. Cambridge Primary Science Course builds up the SE skills from stage 1 to stage 6. Sometimes they'll be the same skill, but they're just getting more sophisticated as you go up the line. The reference section at the end of each learner book gives practical information about the SE skills. You saw that, but that's just a reference, and you probably won't even need that. It's just you're going to be doing it every single lesson in those activities. Now, I'm sure if you look at this, I know when I looked at it, I thought, oh my goodness, look at that great big long list. It's just, and it's all in fancy language, and it really looks pretty grim. So, I'm going to demonstrate that it's not difficult. So, the question is, does a tea bag make stronger tea in hot water or cold water? Can you predict what you think it's going to be hot water? You could be right. Okay. So I'm going to need some helpers. Do you want to come and help? No, we need 3 people. Yeah, right. Now, one of you got a watch with second hand? Okay. No. Who's got second hand on your watch? Okay, can you see that? So you're going to be doing the timing, all right? Okay, so can everybody see that we have 2 identical sized glasses here, and it's got a plastic teaspoon in and a tea bag, and I can tell you that the tea bags are exactly the same make and size and everything. Actually, all the way from South Africa, they're Rooibos tea bags. And into one of these glasses we're going to put 250 mils, this is my baking measure, of cold water, and in the other one 250 mils of hot water, and we're going to time it for a minute. So as soon as the water's in, you must time it, and you two can do exactly the same amount of stirring. All right? So first of all, the cold. I feel like a magician. Okay, there's the cold. Okay, stirrers, start, and do the minute. Okay, right, so this is the hot water, and there's the cold. So, prediction correct. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Right, now, do you know how many SE skills you've done in that demonstration? You see, you've suggested a question that can be tested, and you've made a prediction communicating these. Now that's in Cambridge upper speak, but in everyday language it means we've thought of a question that we can test, we've all predicted what's going to happen, and we've talked about it. Okay? Design a fair test or plan how to collect sufficient evidence. Well, we had the same size glasses, the same amount of measured water, the same tea bag, the same plastic teaspoon. We chose the apparatus, we decided what to measure. What were we actually measuring?
The
temperature of
water temperature.
Well,
The effect
we
of
were
hot
observing
water.
that. What was the only thing we actually had to measure? Yeah?
Diffusion of
Speed of
diffusion.
Yeah, the 250 mils
of heat.
and also the time.
time.
Yeah. We made relevant observations. We did. We were watching how the colour of the water changed, and we compared the two. We collected the evidence. We measured, well, we didn't measure the temperature. We measured the time in this case.
We measure the volume.
Explain what the evidence shows and whether it supports predictions communicating this. Well, we've decided it does support our predictions, and we told each other. And then last of all, link the evidence to scientific knowledge and understanding in some context. So if you felt that you were at a stage where you could explain why the hot water made the stronger tea, then you could go ahead and do that. You could ask the children why they thought the hot water made stronger tea.
Or do you think the kinetic energy of the water molecule?
Yeah, well, they wouldn't know the word molecules, but they might get the idea. But if it's warmer, it gives everything more energy to race around and disperse the tea, and so on and so forth. So
Moves faster.
moves faster. Yes.
Particles move faster.
Spread out quickly, disperse. That's it.